You're right. Your sister was home when you left. You're right. Your brother was home when you left. You're right. Your dog was home when you left. You're right. Your cat was home when you left. You're right. Your fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. Was home when
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is December the 14th. Another week begins as we delve into the problems of the West African Republic of Liberia. Let me put up my topics. And today we start with the music, the newly released Rasta music of the president of Liberia. Our president has gone totally Rasta. Listen to it. It's called Mr. Liar Man. Who is this liar man that's blaming our president for something he didn't do? Since our president cannot express himself as an educated, literate person, he has to resort to singing music to get this message across. So let's listen to the Forky Preacher, our country giant, and the zombie dancer, President George Weah, who has now also added the Rasta singer to his list.
you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. I'm Mr. Liar Man. Joe, Rastafarian, King Selassie. Big up Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do.
Why you blaming Weah?
Mr. Liar Man.
Oh Lord.
Liar Man,
Oh,
Liar Man, you know I
didn't
didn't
do
do
the
those
things. Oh no.
Mr. Liar Man.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's a new song. Our president didn't do those things. So who is this liar man lying on the Forky Preacher? Our Forky Preacher is so great, ladies and gentlemen. We have the greatest man leading Liberia today. The man has four names. 4 names. And President of Liberia 5. Who is this great man? Who's the Forky Preacher? The country giant, the zombie dancer, the Rasta singer, and President of Liberia. Picking, cry, little picking. You see the picking behind me here? Cry picking. Yeah, he on this side here. Cry picking. Cry. The man leading us called Forky Preacher. He just letting us down every day. The man can express himself. Now George Weah, yeah, he's out of the country in Ivory Coast. Where he going to Ivory Coast for? 1 minute in Nimba, 1 minute in Lofa. Now he going to Ivory Coast. This man is mentally ill. George Weah has a mental problem. Our president is a kleptomaniac. That's a mental problem. That means you steal for no apparent reason at all. You just steal to steal. And that's what he has done for 3 years. Then, coupled on that, the man is uneducated. He has no reasoning faculty. Then, added to that, he cannot read or write. We are dealing with a total incompetent or educated illiterate, walking around and can talk and all of that and sound good, but he's an illiterate. This idiot can't even sound good. Who is this man leading Liberia today? Do you Liberian people feel proud to have this man proudly around our nation, calling himself the Forky Preacher? And besides, I need some cash. I've been asking you for a long time. Send me some cash. You don't believe I'm teaching you. You don't believe we're going down the trenches. Everything I've told you is coming to fruition. Everything. George Weah could not overturn Maserato's election because the masses of the people were involved with it. He got scared. But now he knows that his popularity has totally dwindled and waned. And he no more the fucking preacher he used to be. And we can't continue to have criminals leading our country. From 1980 to this day, nothing but useless criminals and arrogant fools who think they know book and don't know nothing have led our country. And it is evident today. We got Harvard graduates who are petty criminals and corruptors of our society. The most educated among all of us are the most corrupt and useless criminals in our society. So what do you expect of George Weah? This morning I was listening to Ashford Ghali. Ghali himself don't want to blame Ellen Johnson Sally. Ghali that time, oh, it's not Ellen, it's George Weah. It's all of them. So you cannot blame George Weah for anything wrong in our country and exclude Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her family. How you are the people who really stole from our country and broke our country down, you exclude them and put everything on this useless man who just stole the balance and didn't know when to stop? George Weah is mentally sick. He's a rogue and cannot stop it. He has reached the pinnacle of stealing. And now our country is broken down. Right now in Liberia, you can't get money from any banking institution except you bribe people. This is the corruption in our country. Garlic, as for Ghali of British Radio, is crying now because the corruption is so terrible. You got to take your own money and bribe people in the bank to get your money back. And when you get your getting your money, they're telling you, you can't carry all that money home. You got to leave some here. That means you got to tip them. And he's crying for it. So if you got $100 in the bank, you got to know you only entitled to about $80 because you got to tip everybody to get your own money. This is what Torba told us before we killed him. Torba told us, if y'all kill me, your country will go down to nothing. And we have come down to nothing with warlords and criminals and female bandits leading our country. Now no money. Our children can't buy food. They can't go to school. People can't even travel in the country. No money. How you buy gas and everything? People can't get their money out of the bank. God is complaining about it every day. In Liberia, he can't get his own money. He complaining. But yeah, he said Liberia good. It's good to be back home. So that's the kind of imbalanced reports we get. Sometimes 1 minute good, 1 minute bad. Oh, this thing good, but the other thing not bad. So I don't know how we can help your people now because you don't know whether the country is good or bad. You don't know who to blame. And that's why I keep telling you Liberian people are crazy. How you blame one rogue and exclude the other rogue? Ellen Johnson Sally is a rogue. George Weah is a rogue. You cannot exclude one rogue and blame the other rogue. This is the problem with Liberia, and this is why we cannot grow. People are selective in our punishment procedures. And you can't be selective. If you want to get rid of cousin Ellen because she's your cousin and you don't want to bother her for stealing, then why you want to bother the little native boy called George Weah, who don't know whether he's a preacher, he's a country dancer, he's a zombie dancer, or he's a Rastafarian singer. The boy is just lost. We should take all our things from him, give him 50 latches, good solid 50 latches, give and clear 25 latches, and let them leave Liberia with only their clothes on their backs. Nothing will they take out of Liberia. They will leave Liberia with his fancy sneakers. He is this pro suit with a flag on it, and who will be carrying his suitcase? Eugene Fagon. And he not leaving the country with anything either. He would just be carrying clearly overnight bag because, when I let her go, she a female, she got to change because they be going coach. And they're going to stop in every city before they get to America. They can be traveling to Canada. Yes, we teach these fucking rogues what stealing is all about. Y'all let me handle these people and they will never see light. They will never see mercy. Because when you play with my property and my rights, you deserve what you get. No sympathy, no mercy, no love. You cannot deprive a country of 4 million people of our daily bread, our livelihood, and the security of our future for our children. George Weah got to be removed and punished. These people cannot just steal all the money from in our bank. Look at how much money these people have stolen. Actual Gali were calling today. It is 8 million for this, 45 million of this, 25 million of this, 15 million. I mean, people just rob our country totally blind. And for slum people to do it, for warlords to do it, to a nation of intelligent people, this is a shame and disgusting thing on Liberian people. And I cry for my country. Because every time I come and tell you what's going on in our country not right, the rampant stealing and corruption must stop. We must punish these people. Send a clear and loud message to our country. You touch our money, we're coming after you. Don't come to Liberia to hustle. Come to Liberia to work for the people. You want hustle? Go to America. Go China. Go Europe. Don't come to Liberia to hustle. The time of the Liberian Revolution is now. Let me take a break. Then I get to my second point. You see, I don't like to talk about all the issues about the stealing of this man, But I just don't like people blaming him for everything when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is the real criminal of Liberia, and she must be dealt with accordingly. Welcome back. Let's get into my second topic. Liberia's three major domestic criminals. They are behind me. Prince Johnson, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and George Manneh Weah. These are the three people that have held Liberia backwards since Ellen Sirleaf became president of Liberia in 2006. These are the warlords and war criminals she has maintained in our country and been challenged time and time again by, because she led the corrupt and murderous forces that destroyed Liberia, and she came back with the same warlords and couldn't separate herself from them because she is their leader. She is their war general. So after she displaced Charles Taylor, the ones that were loyal to her, who helped her displace Charles Taylor military. Prince Johnson were part of it. Connor and all the people were part of it. Ellen made them break away and form their splinter groups to fight Charles Taylor. And Prince Johnson was victorious. Now he thinks he's son a king of the Nimba people. And the foolish Nimba people ain't got no mind of their own. They're just dumb. Even the educated ones, they're dumb. You got the native man because of family and tribe and all the things, leading the Liberian people. A murderer, a useless killer. And look at the other old man behind me. Useless Harvard graduate. This woman go get a degree with honors and come home and just rob our country and put her family in power like they got control of our country. And we got to get our money back from this criminal woman. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is disgrace to the human race. For a woman from Harvard graduate, then she got the other Harvard graduate there bribing our judges, bribing our legislature, destroying our country and selling our country to foreigners, violating our laws. These are the criminals from Ivy League colleges and universities in the United States of America that come to our country to destroy our people's lives and bring their children and their family from the same cloth of criminality, corruption, and uselessness. It's time for the Liberian people. It's time for Lieutenant Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson to punish these people. This is our time. These useless people have destroyed our country. I didn't join them. I refuse to do it because I know that they are ignorant, deceitful buffoons, the Ellie included. That's why I couldn't join these people. That's why I told Elmer Johnson, these people will kill you. I told Elmer Johnson I cannot follow these Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Charles Taylor. They were rogues. And I knew that from the time they tried to kill Doe, from the time they brought that Civil War. When was it? 1989, 1990? I told Elmer Johnson I couldn't be under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She's a snake. She killed our fathers. She killed the 13 men in Liberia. And she won't cover it up with my sister and all of them sitting by her. Yeah, you'll try that thing. We know you, you criminal. And George Weah ain't no better. He's a stooge of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Take the dummy and make him president of our country. My people, our country destiny is in our hands. We can let these criminals escape with impunity. Prince Johnson for killing almost 200,000 of our people. Ellen Johnson for killing almost 300,000 of our people. George Weah for robbing our country totally blind, being supported by the warlords. How long will we cover up for these evil people and let the West give them degrees and honors they don't deserve to impress the white world that these are great Africans, but they're not. They're just as petty criminals as any other low-down, dirty, useless dictators and warlords in Liberia today. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is a criminal. She's no Nobel Peace Prize. You can take your Peace Prize and throw it in the ocean, throw it in the well, throw it in the toilets. I don't care where you would throw it. But Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is no character deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize. And you better get her away from my country. This witch cannot continue to cloud my country with evil, despair, and treachery. The time of the Liberian people is now. We have a duty and responsibility to punish these criminals. My young children, nothing wrong with that. Criminals must be punished. And we cannot join others to hide the criminals in Africa and pretend that they are the best people in our continent when they are the worst deceivers and exploiters with their foreign masters in our continent and countries. The time of the Liberian people is now. People cannot kill our honest fathers, cannot kill our honest leaders, and make us think that they are our enemies and put the real enemies in dogs and traitorous rogues over our country to deceive us and sell all our wealth to foreigners. The time of the Liberian people is now. Rise up, my children. Let Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her two rogues pay for what they have done to our country for these past, what, 40 years? 40 long years. These killers and murderers have ruled our country with impunity, raping our children, killing our boys and girls, and calling themselves leaders and tribal kings and dogs. The time of Liberian people is now. I'm hurting so much. Let me take a break before I come back for my third topic. Be true to thyself, my people. Be true to thyself, my people. If we're not truthful to ourselves, we might as well just hang it up and forget about this useless country called Liberia. Because we're not rise no more with the kind of leaders we got, with the kind of wannabe leaders we're coming to have. Now the CPP, the coalition political party of 3 or 4 parties that came together because they were not strong enough to beat George Weah alone. They had to come together to unify themselves to fight this evil that has betrayed our country. Now they have a strong standing. The great question for the Liberian people now is who in the CPP will rise to the leadership of the organization. Is it going to be Joseph Boyka? Is it going to be Ella Cummings? Is it going to be Benani Uri? Our people have to remember that the time for Liberia to change is now. Who among these 3 leaders in our country can bring change to Liberia? I ain't working with none of them because I don't want to be a part of any of them. They're not free and fair and competent enough for me to serve with them. Their hands are dirty too. But since our country is just moving out of corruption and coming to the next stage of dirty leaders, We're leaving the corrupt leaders now, wicked leaders. We're coming up to the petty criminals and corrupt leaders in the CPP. We're coming up a little bit now. So we're leaving the real criminals and coming up to the lesser criminals in the CPP. So y'all have to make your minds. Who y'all want to lead you? I ain't into this. I ain't working for none of them. I ain't serving in none of these governments because they do not meet my expectations of the government that is deserving of the Liberian people, of the government that would change the lives of Liberian people permanently. I just don't like people that just talk too much. And from their actions, you can't tell whether they're serious or not. So I haven't discerned yet that the CPP is really a party of the Liberian people. So we'll see who they're going to choose for their leaders. Are all of them going to go with boycott as a standard bearer? Are they going to have a primary election to select a leader? How is this party going to go? Will they all stand together and allow boycott to take over the country? Or allow Elliot to take over the country? Or allow Ewart to take over the country? The quest is for the real men of Liberia today. My young children, our country is in trouble. Our leadership choice is slim to none. We have to live with the recycled men in our society time and time again. And Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson cannot serve under recircled leaders of the Liberian society. That's my lesson. I will guide you. I will stay on the sideline. I can advise the government, but I cannot take any position in this government. This is not the government of my choosing. It's the government of your choosing. Choose right. The future of Liberian people depend on your choosing. ALUTA CONTINUA. Young children, the destiny of our country and people rests in your hands. You can continue to follow the path we're following now of lies, deception, and leaders who just want to lead us to enrich themselves and be our warlords and our criminal leaders, and nothing good will ever come to the Republic of Liberia. The choice is yours. The time is now. Choose right. People like me will not be around long, and I am not joining criminals. I left my country for criminals. I ain't coming back to work for criminals. When you see me come home to work, you must know that's a government I trust and can repose my confidence in. Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson of the West African Republic of Liberia class is done. Have a good day.